I'm Patty McGarrahan from the Mind's Eye Show, and I've got with me today Susie Fontaine. I did good this time.
You did it. Yeah.
I did it this time. I'm terrible. I had somebody post underneath one of my things, you don't even know their last name.
Yeah,
I'm like,
who cares?
I don't even remember my kids' names.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We're lucky we remember our own names half the time.
Absolutely. I thank you so much for joining me today.
Yes.
We've had a good time working on the other show together and doing this show together. So I'm so glad that you're here today. And today, what are you going to talk about?
Well, actually, I want to turn the tables and say I'm going to interview you so you can tell everybody what you have going on.
I have everything going on.
I know you do, and just like a lot of times, like we sit in the hot seat and it's like, what about Patty? What's Patty got going on for a while? So I'm going to turn the tables on you.
Going to Italy.
You're going to Italy.
For 10 days.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Good. And what else do you have going on in the shop?
Everything you can think of.
Well, name it.
Everything that they can think of. I have to be careful of some of the stuff.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of things. We're doing a lot of psychic detective work. And I just got a call today, so I will be doing a hypnosis class soon. Certifying a hypnotherapist class.
Wow.
And
exciting.
All kinds of stuff. Always have new and different. You know what we're doing that's really fun, though? I'm trying to find a good place to do it.
Yeah.
Bill Ladd does a psychometry class for me.
Oh, okay.
We have a trade system. I do his taxes, and then he does the psychometry.
Nice.
And so we did the psychometry class, and then we do an EVP class, and we've done cellar holes and Ladd School, and so we're in the process of looking. So if you think of a place, let me know too.
Exactly.
A haunted place, I've got a couple of them, but a couple of them, they don't want us to go in there because they get freaked out by it too.
Yes.
So so we have to be careful. The one I wanted the most is got the diocese runs it, so they're not thrilled that you're coming in to see if it's haunted.
Yeah.
and it is very haunted, so I really think it would be fun to do. So we got that coming up, and paint nights, and all kinds of stuff. We have
all kinds of good stuff, and that's it. I'm like, we always hear about everybody else doing everything, so I think, you know what?
Well, you know what? I got to tell you something, Susie. I laughed so hard because I was telling them because of the prices of everything, and my landlord has been a sweetheart and kept me, you know. But what I thought of, I said, what am I doing this overhead? Because I'm doing so much virtually now.
Yes.
And I said, there's just too many things that I have too much fun at.
Oh, exactly.
And we have a great group of coconuts, so a lot of times sometimes we do a class and then go grab dessert or go out to eat before or after. Do you know what I mean? So it's such a social.
And that's it, and it's just that exchange of energy and
Incredible,
everything, and just
like-minded people. The more you're with them, the better it is, for sure.
Exactly.
Yep. So now, can you tell us what you're doing?
So I actually, I'm a dowser, so I work with the earth energy and everything. I'm a Reiki master instructor in IET, integrated energy therapy, which we were going to talk about tonight. And that's healing with the angels and everything, bringing their gifts in.
And it's almost very comparable to a Reiki almost, right?
It is. It's almost, and I don't want to say it, and they're not letting me say what I was going to say, but yes. So everything all falls into place when I start working with energy. So it's not like one is above the other or whatever, but it's like a companion to it, but it's a little bit different because you have the angels who each have a gift that want to work on each, like your cellular memory in each section of your body. They each have a chakra that they work with. So it's really, really interesting. So there are 9 angels in the energy field. Stephen Thayer created this in 1998. So he actually channeled Archangel Ariel. And so she was the first angel that he started working with and everything. And then, so as you're doing either a Reiki session, an IET session, they're stepping in and working on each thing. So it allows you to, let go of stuff that you've hung on to in the past and everything. Just different, survival, people who have survived different types of trauma that and it's almost like you get the issues out of your tissues.
Yep.
Is one of the things that
love
we
that.
say.
I love that
So
saying.
it's like, because we hang on to stuff, and even though, you know, we think we've worked through it, all of a sudden something's going to trigger or whatever, and you never
do you know.
know.
I've got a lot of people around me that have had really rough childhoods, and they have not released it. They've just moved on.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? And every once in a while, you can feel that energy coming through.
Exactly. And it just may just kind of go, oh, wait a minute, you know.
Yeah,
and
I have a
so,
woman that's a regular, and I know that she's like puffed the chest out and tough.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
And I think it's all. And
it's like,
just
oh, that's
so sad.
in the past, and it's not.
No,
you know,
no.
and unfortunately, so there's a lot of things, you know. So then during a session, you kind of like energize a certain section, but you're actually working on the whole. It's a hands-on, you know, light touch and that type of thing.
I actually took the first level.
Did you? Yeah.
I took it Southern Rhode Island, and the woman that took, the girl that took it, I think she was like homeless, living out of her car or something.
Oh my goodness.
And then
okay.
she knew her stuff.
Yes.
But the whole time we all were supposed to do work on her.
Oh, okay.
It was very odd.
Yes,
it was very
yes,
odd.
Yes.
And Jeremy, who is at my shop in palmistry and all kinds of stuff, he ended up, the two of us kind of, we didn't go back to it afterwards.
Exactly.
So I love hearing about it because, and I have a couple of people that I know that do it. Yeah. And it's so beautiful, but it just, that experience just kind of
it just kind of,
and
that's it, because you know, like your instinct tells you, and you know it's right, you know, and that type of thing. So yeah, it's just like,
yeah.
Okay, you know.
It was just the weirdest class I've ever taken in my life, and the energy was weird. And everybody was kind of like, "What are we doing here?" You know? So it was very odd. And the place is very, and I'm not saying the name, but the place is very well known and really did good stuff.
Okay.
And I could give you a million wonderful stories of the place. But that
I think I know the place, but that's okay.
You do. And it's just, I just kind of stepped back, and now I love hearing it. And I had a girl that was doing some of that at my shop at one time. Yeah. Like we're talking probably 15, 18 years ago that I had somebody doing it. And I love it. I just, and then all of a sudden I put so many things on my plate.
Well, that's it. And that's what happens. It's like you're doing one thing and then you move on to something else, and then you're doing something else. And I remember when I took Reiki, I'm like, I love the energy, but then I'm like, there's something else. And then when I heard about this, I'm like, you know, they always step in, they always give me messages anyway, so I said I might as well work with them, and it's just amazing. Like even
Do you know what? I had that happen with Karuna Reiki.
Oh, okay.
Because the symbols are more that angelic-y, higher up symbols.
Exactly.
And when I took that class, and I got to take it with William Rand, and
nice.
I was going to Hawaii for shaman classes, and I tried to get into a class with him and try to time it. And unfortunately, he took December off that year. And then I was all bummed.
I'll have to come back.
And I was laughing because all of a sudden there was notification that he was doing it in Northern New York in March. So I took it in March. And I laughed because a woman that worked at All That Matters, she and I had the same Reiki teacher.
Oh, okay.
And it was so funny because it was beautiful. The two of us had very different energy. Yeah. And the people that came to each of us were the right people for each of us.
Exactly, yes.
But she had to, it was tougher economically for people with what the masters what she had to do. So a lot of them came to me, and I'd sit there and say, oh my God, I know they should be with her.
With her, yes.
So we took Karuna Reiki, and you'd laugh, because now William Rand is a fabulous teacher, and his energy is incredible. And I got to do work on his heart chakra, and could see where he's given up so much for this stuff.
Yes.
And I mean, this man has put those big medallions all over the world. And has the third Wednesday of the month at 7:30 at night. You do the prayer circle. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And I got to work with him a lot.
Oh,
and it was so funny because when he taught you how to do the attunements, he left the room. So Mia and I were the only two that were regular teachers, so we really had the attunements down, where if you don't do them,
exactly.
So we did go to do the attunement. It was so strange. We had 18 people in the class, and 8 people lined up with her and 8 people lined up with me, and it just so matched.
Yep, yep.
She was with the ones that in the quadrangle eating the hummus, and I was with the ones jumping in the car for the pizza place. You know what I mean? But
Exactly.
It was also a lot of other personality
Yes,
differences,
yes.
and it was beautiful. And I love her.
Nice.
And it's so funny. I'd been wanting to meet her for a long time because I
Yes.
knew we had the same teacher.
Yeah.
And nothing worked. We talked on the phone a couple of times, but nothing worked. All of a sudden, we're there. I run and I hug her, and she doesn't know who I am from Adam.
Yeah, she's like,
And
"Wait
then
a
I
minute."
turned around, but I heard the English accent, and I saw her
okay.
name tag
Yeah,
as Mia,
yeah.
so I knew it had to be her.
Oh, how
And I said,
sweet.
we've been trying in Rhode Island to see each other for 12 years.
Yes,
And
yes.
we run into each other in northern New York.
Exactly,
Yeah. So it's strange
exactly,
when
yeah.
something like this,
That-
and that
yes.
Corona was that with me, because
Yep.
I use the Corona symbols all the time.
Okay.
Because like your angel energy,
Yep.
it almost like backdoors and gets the healing so much faster.
Exactly. You know, it's almost like you can step aside and just let them do their stuff. It's just like, okay, wait, like I could just feel them like around me right now. It's like,
Yep.
okay, all right. But that's it. Like all of a sudden I'll just feel something. I'm like, oh, they're here. You know, they're here in droves and
Doing their
everything.
stuff,
And
yep.
it's, you know, it is really, really nice. And the thing I like about it too is like they have like almost like a separate program that goes along with it, but for kids. So where you can teach kids so they can perform and do that.
I got to tell you, Kathy Costa,
Yep.
through her, I think it was through her, but I might be wrong, but I think
Yep.
it was through her, got me a book, a children's book, because I was teaching the cousins. I did what I called a Reiki teaching class. I did.
Okay.
It was for tweens.
Oh,
You know what I
okay,
mean?
yes.
And I would do it
Yes.
free between Christmas and
Yep.
New Year's. I'd give a free class for anybody that
Oh,
wanted to take
nice,
it.
nice.
And do it with the tweens. Well, Colin was jealous as
Yep.
all heck.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he was way too young to be in the tween class. So she got me a book,
Yeah.
and I was able to do
Nice.
Reiki 1 with him.
Yeah.
Then he bugged me to do Reiki 2.
Wow,
And he
awesome.
actually woke up one morning and sat down and drew the symbols.
symbols.
He had
They just, you know, yep. It's like, all right, we're
Yep.
working with you, you
Yep,
know,
yep.
and we're not waiting for you to catch up. Nice.
And I found when I was in the hotel room looking at the symbols, because you use a lot of the regular Reiki
Yeah.
ones as well, when I did the symbols, it was like I was shaking with excitements because
Yeah.
they were so healing.
Yeah.
Because I'm a hypnotherapist
Yeah.
too, and
Yeah.
I am much more content working with metaphysical hypnosis
Okay,
than
then,
necessarily.
yes.
I mean, clinical
Yeah,
is good,
yeah,
don't get
exactly,
me wrong. But I like
exactly.
the way it backdoors and
Yep.
it really cleans up stuff that we
Yeah.
have hanging there. And
Oh, yeah.
that's what I feel with this
Yeah,
one too.
with that, that's it. It's just like it'll, you know, and then it gives you that empowerment after and everything. So as you're doing the section and everything, you're actually like energizing. You're almost like triggering something, and then you're releasing it, and then you're empowering it again and stuff. So it's really it is incredible. So
Isn't
like
it?
after I took it, I was like, oh, all right. And then we have one for pets also. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. you know.
Just kind of, I know you can't like give symbols out or anything,
Yeah.
but like what do you do with the pets?
So the pets you can do like hands-on, and you do the same thing. And I was getting ready to take a trip to Sedona, and my daughter and son-in-law's dog was going to pass. But he was having issues, but like, so then I just like kind of sat down and I just kind of did a session on him, and I'm like, you need to tell me, you need to, you know, whatever, what is it we can do for you? You know, and that type of
Oh,
thing.
beautiful.
So it was really, really nice. And then when I was in Sedona, all of a sudden,
I love it
I
there.
felt the weight on the bottom of my bed, and I knew he had passed.
Wow.
So I was like, all right, you're coming to me in Sedona. It was like so cool. So then I was like, and then my daughter called me the next day. I said, I know he passed. She goes, how do you know? I'm like, he came to see me. you
Nice,
know?
nice.
But it was just that, you know, you could give him the healing and then also do the same thing. You know, what is it that we can do to help you? And is there something we can do to help you pass? So like, sometimes I know, like I had a cat and I'm like, I know it's time. I know it's time. I'm not going to torture it anymore. What do you think? You know, and that type of thing. And so then, you know, we had to have the cat
I'll tell you
put
a
down
couple of
and stuff.
happy pet stories.
Yeah.
One is I had a dog named Harley half Rottweiler, so it was a good size. Medium, you know, whatever else he had in him, had him small. But anyway, he looked into my eyes. I fell in love with him. I was supposed to be taking care of him for 4 days, and he was supposed to go back.
No.
I
was like, no.
They wanted. They it was a setup. But anyway, he had a lot of stomach problems. I took the Reiki. And he would jump on my bed and flip himself like this on the back.
So
he wanted me to do it on his tummy.
Yes.
On his tummy,
Yes.
And then I had a dog. I had a girl I worked with. She made me so angry because she didn't take good care of this dog. But it had allergies, and she would like OD it almost on Benadryl instead of doing what it's supposed to do and everything. But anyway, the dog, we only had it 6 months, 8 months when it happened. We used to do Christmas cookie Sunday, and the kids would decorate my tree. So the kids are on sugar highs. The dogs are eating the little nonpareils on the floor, and they're on sugar highs. Well, somewhere we didn't realize it, but I had some crystal angels that they hung on the tree, and the dog ate the sponge. And the week after Christmas, it was totally a mess. So $5,000 later, I took it everywhere. $5,000 later, had to actually have its intestines massaged to get the sponge into the stomach, then cut open the stomach and get it. So now she was a wimp. She was a real wimp. She was scared of everything, noises and everything. And I now think that because the place had like all metal, so that way they could keep it sanitary, the cabinets and everything, that the noises were probably messing with her. But after it was all over, they told me I should probably put the dog to sleep. So I called my vet, because my vet was a traveling vet, so, and he was out in Washington State. So he had a friend of his operate on him. And I brought her home, and I did a full session on him. And she almost went comatose. So I said, well, at least she'll pass softly. So I'm getting up and back, checking her. Then I did a shorter session at the end, and the next morning, all of a sudden, she stood up. She was like in a coma. She stood up, licked my chin, walked over to the bone box, asked for a bone, went out, went to the bathroom. It was fine ever after. Got her for 7 more years.
Oh, what a blessing.
Isn't that a blessing? So it's amazing what this stuff does.
Yes, and we actually, so I belong to the First Spiritualist Church of Brockton, located in Rehoboth.
And you do that healing on that dog
and
at the end of the
Yes, and we do the healing on Trace. Tracy brings her dog. Tracy Allen brings her dog in, and she usually sits in the back. And then one day I said, can you bring up, and I said, bring them right into the healing circle and that type of thing. And then all the healers, and I ask anybody else, part of the congregation, if you want to, just send healing. Everybody send healing. And she gave us such positive feedback after she saw, I think he goes to a therapy, water therapy. They could not get over what did you do? What's he doing? And that type of thing. So it's so beautiful. And so now it's just like, bring him up. It's fine.
And some of this energy healing, I do have people that just use it for animals.
For animals, exactly. Karen Daly is one. She's known. She does.
She's on my Facebook. I don't really know her, but she's on my Facebook.
But yes.
Because I did meet her, come to think of it, because I think I adopted my Labrador. That was at her house. I'm 90% sure.
So. But she works a lot with animals and everything. So yes.
And I know that from her Facebook page.
Exactly.
That isn't the right one.
Yes.
That is.
So. But it's very interesting, and it just, like I said, it falls into even the dowsing and everything. So I think I fall back on that first, but then everything else feeds into it and that type of thing. Like I'm doing energy clearing, chakra clearing, and that type of thing. I'll use what I call my bobber. So it's a piece of copper with a little wooden handle. So I have the client stand in front. But then in the meantime, you know, the angels are coming in, they're giving messages. It's like, okay, wait a minute, you know, and so it's almost like doing a body scan. So there's so much to it that everything just falls in.
Isn't it fabulous?
It really, really is.
I have a woman, it's actually one of the girls that's working here today.
Okay.
It's her mom. She did Feng Shui for decluttering.
Yes.
And then she did a Feng Shui for relationships, and then a Feng Shui for money. So I said to her, what are we going to do the next time? So we're actually going into Jeremy. Thomas.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going into his house. My dogs would be on top of everybody. So we're going into his house, and we're using the dowsing rods and doing the Feng Shui in his house. Yeah.
Nice.
Another one of the fun things we do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. There's so many things to do. And like, you'll tell me something, or else I'll see it posted. And I'm like, I missed it again. Like, I like, you know, and that type of thing. So it's always like, you always want, like, you're always searching for something different, but yet, you know, it's not that you want the energy to get stagnant, but it's like you just need to use it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and that type of thing. So, yeah, it was funny at church 2 weeks ago. So I was running the service and everything, and a guest didn't show up. She couldn't make it and stuff. So then I was just like, And so then all of a sudden I was like, all right, just kind of like, and I'm like, hello, a little bit of guidance here. So I actually had everyone in church in the congregation share what brought them to the church.
Beautiful.
Because I said, I'm just going to go out on a limb here. I said, I'll let you know how I, you know, became, you know, a member of this church years ago, and then, you know, and that type of thing. And then when it came to the message part, and I'm like, oh yeah, that too, right? You know, but then it was cute because I had one of the gals in church, her grandmother stepped in to me. As soon as I sat down in my chair, I could feel, and I was like, okay, who is it? Who is it? And then she came up and she got to talk. And so then I got like this on my arm, like, that's her, that's who the message is for.
Nice.
So then I just, you know, so when it came to that part, I was just like, I said, well, I get to go first. And so then I just gave the message, and it was like right on. So I was like, all right, thank you. Anybody else? You know, but it's like, you know, Spirit will come to you, and I always trust, you know.
I always trust too. I went to Pine Grove. I went to do the.
I love Pine Grove.
Yeah, I went. Oh, the energy is beautiful there.
Yes.
But I went to do the church service, and somebody came up to me and gave me a hug. That his girlfriend. I had done the church that they run.
Oh, okay.
The online.
Yeah.
I did virtual.
Okay. Yes.
And my daughter had come to me, and it was a beautiful scene,
Yeah.
and it brought. His girlfriend's daughter in with her.
Oh, okay.
And it was such a beautiful scene. And when she did that, I had set up what I was going to speak for the first part.
Yeah.
I had it all set up, and all of a sudden, Spirit told me I had to turn it around.
Exactly.
Now, I don't over-prepare, but I do prepare.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I'm like, really?
Yeah.
So I was so grateful because I started it out, and Spirit like took over.
Yes.
And it just came out.
Yes.
And then that night, then later doing messages, I happened to hit these two women that were co-workers. And they were always just co-workers. And when one of them came to work there, come to find out she was having a lot of emotional problems.
Oh, okay.
And then shortly thereafter, the other one did.
Oh.
The other one had a bunch of stuff going on. Anyway, I got there, and all of a sudden I'm doing the readings on them, and then I turned around to the second one, and I go, your mothers are really good friends. They hang out up there. And they were telling me that they were sisters.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy. They had gone out to eat just before the service. And when they went out to eat before the service, they said, I think we need to start calling each other friends instead of co-workers.
Oh,
you know?
nice.
And then they said, I wish we had answers if we were sisters in another life. And then they asked a whole list of other questions.
Yeah.
And that mother told all the answers.
Oh, wow.
It was incredible.
That was so cool.
It was such an incredible, and it was so funny when I drove there, and it wasn't because of Pine Grove, because I love it.
Yes.
But I was thinking, maybe I have to give this up, just because I had the struggles like I had on the way there. I had to go see the friend, you know, in the nursing home, and then trying to make sure work around my grandson and this and that.
Oh, exactly.
It was my life. It wasn't the church's, you know.
Yes.
And I'm sitting there saying, I wonder if I should. And then I turned
It's
around.
gonna kick your butt.
I said, nope. I'm staying
not
here.
gonna happen. Yep.
So it was so, and it's so funny because the girl that's in the back room here, I called her up and I told her, and she said, so you're going there next year? And I go, yes, I am. Yeah. So it is incredible what this work will do. Huh?
It is. And, you know, it's just like, you know, we always say we have the intent, but then we have those little guides pushing us, and, you know, it's like, yep, wait.
Now, do you ever use this in the church when they have the healing pot?
Yes, because like anytime I will take a healing chair if they ask me to and stuff. So we usually set up chairs. So it's like hands-on healing, you know, just above the shoulders and that type of thing. And it all falls into place. And then, you know, if the angels step in and they'll have a message, but I can literally, like, sometimes when I'm standing there and I just feel this big set of wings come right around me, and like they're around my hands as I'm doing it.
Beautiful.
And it's just like, and you know,
That
and
is
not all
gorgeous.
angels have wings. We know this, you know, but yes, you just feel that energy come in.
That's
you know,
beautiful.
It's very, very
oh my
powerful.
Gosh. Yeah.
So it's just so funny. Because all of a sudden I'll do something, it'll be like, whoosh, you know, but yeah.
Yep. No, I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
So it's and what got you to go into this?
Actually, one of my friends, Kathy Foster from church, she had taken this, or she had heard about it. And she goes, oh, I'm thinking about taking, and this is back in the early 2000s.
Wow, yeah.
And it's like, yeah, because we did Reiki, but yet it's like, you know, you just feel that there's something else. And that, so when I'm like, yeah, I think I'm in. And then, like, you know, you can take the basic and get, like, you know, everything down, but then as you take the next, you know, you get those attunements.
I always tell
and everything.
everybody at my shop, the more tools in your toolbox, the better you are.
And that's what and at first I felt like I was trying to put too many in, you know, but then, you know, Spirit would like stop, take a break, you know, and, you know, you're getting out of control, but it's
Absolutely.
like, okay, so it's like, these three things all seem to work together now, you know. Which
that's fabulous, fabulous.
Yes.
So, Susie, what is? Do you have a Facebook page?
I do have a Facebook page. It's under Susie Fontaine, but I believe in the middle of it says Gulowacz. Gulowacz. Because like Facebook started with the high school thing, so they take your first name, your maiden name, and then, you know, your last name. So yes.
So anyway, so that if you want to reach her, and if you want to get a hold of her and you can't, you can always call me. And
Patty.
I'll connect you.
The First Spiritualist Church of Brockton. You can find me there too.
Yes, in Rehoboth.
Yes.
First Spiritual Church of Brockton in Rehoboth.
10 minutes outside of East Providence. It's not far. Like people say Rehoboth and
and it was so funny because that weekend I had a very busy Friday scheduled all day, and then Saturday I had 2 private readings, and then I was doing a house party in Connecticut, which turned out to be different Connecticut, like much easier to get to Connecticut. And then I was going there the next day, and I'm saying, like, did I forget how old I am? Do you know
Around the world in 80 days.
Yeah.
Oh, but
and it was so funny because it ended up so close, and I did have such a good time with you guys.
Yes. Oh, everybody loved it. Yes.
So thank you so much.
You rebooked her, right? And I'm like, yes, I did.
I gathered she was happy with me because as she came off the pulpit, she said, "You make sure Susie rebooks you."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So it was a lot of fun over there.
Great.
So thank you so much for coming.
Yes, thank you. And best of luck in the future.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Yes.
We can't drop the mic.